It's lit.
Yeah. Welcome to the episode. God damn it. Welcome to the episode of ItsLitBoston. We are your host, Sam Show, host and Mike.
Yo.
And in the house today, we got Millyz and the whole crew.
Nah, it's not the whole crew.
Well, partially.
That's a fragment of the crew. It's
right.
the smallest
fraction
population of people I could have pulled up with.
Oh, shit. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekend. How was y'all Thanksgiving weekend? Let's get straight to it.
We alive, man.
Yeah, 1,000 on that.
We all alive.
Yeah, man.
That we are.
How about you, Mikey? What'd you do?
Bro, man, I told you, like I said before, Thanksgiving, the work versus reward ratio is completely off, bro. You spend all that time cooking, and then you eat for like 15 minutes, then you want to sleep.
Yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
between that, a little bit of football, I mean, it was
You
cool.
still watching football?
Thanksgiving? Yeah, bro. I'm gonna watch.
That
I'm
shit
gonna watch
rigged.
it.
That shit's rigged. I ain't watching that shit.
Okay, but what else is there to watch?
Waiting for the NBA to come back.
Okay, well, what you gonna do on Thanksgiving Day?
Push-ups.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
You gotta get right. You never know, dog.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I gotta get right.
How about you, Show? How was yours?
I was chilling. I made chicken. We made sweet potato pie. You know I gotta have the sweet potato pie.
You made chicken?
Bro.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
How you cooking all this food? You never brought us none.
Hold on.
Hold on. My bad. Wifey made chicken.
Exactly. I want to clarify that real
All
quick.
right, that makes more
Nice
sense.
try, Playboy.
No, she made a sweet potato pie. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "Sweet potato pie and chicken. I don't want no turkey. I don't want none of that other shit."
So you didn't have to do nothing. You just woke up, ate, and went to sleep.
I took care of the kids. Relax, bro.
You said that we had iPads for the
iPad
kids.
took care of the kids.
Wow, y'all niggas is crazy.
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Shots already. Shots already. No lie.
How about you, Sam?
I didn't do anything, man. I mean, on Thanksgiving, I woke up, started editing some shit. I smoked, I ate, laid back down, nigga. That was it. Stayed out the way.
How about you, Millyz? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I ain't do much, man. I'm back, you know. I'm back in Massachusetts.
Yeah, we see you everywhere.
This is where I get real destructive at. So I try to stay. That's why I'm staying busy. I'm doing a podcast syndicate with all of my favorite podcasts that I listen to.
Okay.
And I'm staying in the studio and I'm staying busy because I get real destructive
lit.
back in Massachusetts. You know
Oh
what I
shit,
mean?
we see you everywhere. You're saying
Yeah.
Mexico all the time. How's that been? You've been traveling like crazy. So how's that been?
Well, I caught COVID, so I can't get it no more. So I'm out.
Come on now. Don't say that
Nah,
now.
he
Don't
got
say
the
that.
antibodies for
got
Nah,
it.
I'm talking about like
now.
real scientific shit, bro. I can't get it again.
They said that?
Yeah.
How was it when you caught it, though?
It was fucked up. I had a bad case. Like, whatever they said Jeremiah had, that's what the fuck I had. You know what I mean? I ain't go to the hospital, but I had one of them cases. Like, it's crazy. I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, yo, I had just got my new car, and I was so proud of it, like, 2 days before.
What'd you pick up?
Something nice.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to
I was
say
trying to
it.
see if he's gonna get it. I'll tell you.
Chill.
I had to test it out. I had to
Can't
test
do
it.
that. But yeah, I got my new car. I'm hype, and then there was a vigil in the projects that night for this girl, Bree, who had died or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I showed up to that, and I also did a video in Lawrence. So I'm around like 150 people in 24 hours.
You just feel good now. You're like, it don't even matter.
2 days later, I'm sick. You know what I mean?
Shit.
And I went to quarantine. I got an apartment out here too. You know what I mean? And so I went to quarantine in the apartment, and my apartment got this little like a parking lot that's kind of outside, so you could get some air. You know, it's the summertime when I caught the shit or whatever. So I go to the parking lot just to get some air, because at one point I lost my breathing. I can't talk on the phone no more, FaceTimes. I can't do none of that shit no more. All of that is out the window. I didn't say a word for 3 days because my breath was that I can't even hold a conversation, nothing like that.
Yeah.
So
That's what it's like to have asthma.
yeah, and I have asthma.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like if you ever had a bad asthma attack, this is like,
And the inhaler don't work?
This is like that doubled up with corona symptoms.
Yeah.
So it's like the inhaler didn't work. I had to use herbal remedies, like basically like breathe over this pot.
Of onions?
Yeah, of onions and lemon peels and
Yep.
all type of things. And
Sweat
so,
you all out, right?
yeah, and so in the middle of that, like I'm going downstairs to try to get some air, and I'm looking at the car I just bought, and I started thinking, yo, this materialistic shit is bullshit.
Yo,
Facts.
I'm about to
Shit.
die, and I'm staring at $100,000 car that I never drove, and I'm like, it really hit me. I think I tweeted like after that shit, I was like, yo, Corona really put this materialistic shit. Now I'm back on my back.
I ain't dying no more.
I'm healthy now. Fuck that
I'm
shit.
like, God damn, like what did I buy all the drip for?
Yo, it's crazy.
But
how
I
it
made
takes
it through.
death. it's crazy that it takes like almost seeing death to like
near death experience.
shit.
But I'm like literally, I can't breathe and I'm staring at the car.
Yeah. You like, if I die, man, I got to at least look at my shit. Like,
Yeah,
hold on.
I went and sat in it. I'm sitting in it.
Shit, I would too.
This is when I'm thinking this shit. I'm sitting in the car, and I'm like, damn, nice peanut butter guts, Nutella seats, things of that nature. I'm like, I never got to experience this shit, man. That's some bullshit. Like, I can't believe that. Like, that's all I could think about.
But you think you that was supposed to happen?
Yeah, hell yeah, because after that I got super in my bag. Like, I probably came up the most out of any rapper in the pandemic. Like, I mean, there's some that benefited. I'm in that class.
It's
like,
lit.
if you had to just look at like a realistic and statistic graph on artists who progressed in the pandemic, I'm in there in some capacity because I'm up across the board. Everything.
No, you turned
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what?
Yeah, you went lit.
I'm up
You
across the
definitely-
board
you
in a
definitely went at it.
pandemic. And now I really feel like let this shit go until the end of 2021. Cause one thing people can't do, they can't keep up with me in content. Like I could drop content, I could drop back to back to back and then repeat again. My bars don't end. I can shoot videos all day. What are you doing? The only way they could beat me is if like the rappers that's had like festivals.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Okay.
Like, you know, you got like festivals, you tied into them shows, you tied into the industry more. You could take selfies with Kylie Jenner in these clubs. That's the content that could beat me. But now that type of content, like
Niggas
you
is
got to
setting-
come down to my level. And it's like, all right, let's go bar for bar, video for video.
So let me ask you this, right? You said you made off real well during the pandemic. What separated you from everybody else that needs that Kylie Jenner kind of shit to pop?
Now I think like, you know, the fact I'm able to go into my car and rap and pick up 20,000 followers on the gram. You know what I mean? Like off of just something I could create it in my mind, go sit in my whip, and then everybody can't do that.
Nah.
Your shit might not be that compelling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question though. From the time when you I think you held like a listening session at Bodega.
Right.
What has changed since
You
that
pissed
time?
me off too one day, man.
I
Oh
did?
my God.
At Bodega? Why?
Nah,
What
not
happened?
at Bodega. After, I forget what it was, but we was in Texas, and I'm enjoying. We got a nice little mansion in Texas. We driving around with the homies, and I'm so in tuned to Boston podcasts and just culture. I don't give a fuck. I could be with Rihanna. I'm gonna listen to a Boston podcast the next one, because I like what's going on at home. You know what I mean? So I'm listening to this Dart Adams. And yo, you on there, you saying like, yeah, people in the listening session didn't know who Millyz was or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I kept it a buck. I'm like,
No, he kept it a penny. because and I ain't mad, like it's your opinion, but if you really want to know, like I did a listening session in New York the day before. You feel me? Packed celebrities. The greatest women in New York, and the next day, Brandon from Show Off says, "Yo, you want to do something in Boston?" I said, "Yeah." Put a call out. Within 24 hours, we packed the whole bodega, and everybody knew who I was in there.
No, that's a lie.
Of course,
I'm gonna keep it a buck with
bro.
you.
Then they out the loop.
Cause that's what I'm saying. There was people.
And you said people were shopping, and the shop was closed.
No, there's people shopping.
No,
there was definitely
the shop
people
was closed.
shopping.
They opened it for.
There was
for the
definitely
kids.
people shopping before you threw the event.
Once my shit was there,
Yep.
it was over. Everybody
Because-
there for the and I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like I don't gotta like I've been selling out shows forever, so that's light. Right now, I could make a call. Even in 2018, I could make a call. Yo, meet me at Bodega in 6 hours. It's gonna be 100 people at least there.
Yeah, I believe it.
So even at the time, so I'm like, damn. They
No.
didn't know me.
See, what you had to understand is I was getting the perspective that people were showing up there just for the look. There was people there that didn't know who you were because there was me, Show, and DJ DeCasso. Shout out to DeCasso. We were sitting out front, and we was talking to people, and they was like, "No, I'm just here because someone told me to show up." I'm like, "Yo, so what are you here for? Like, if you actually want to be here." Actually know who the fuck you about to come listen to and appreciate it. Because I remember when you walked around and you shook everybody's hand.
Yeah.
I remember all that shit.
Like I do all the time, but then they're super out the loop. You know what I mean?
Of course, but that's what I'm keeping it a buck. That's why
They shouldn't even.
That's why I'm keeping it real. Like,
He's like, they don't count.
who
my
are
nigga.
they?
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Who are these humans? Like I don't know.
I always hate when motherfuckers show up to some shit just for the look. That's what it is for me. Like, if you're gonna show up for me, show up for me. Like, you
But it was
actually
a
know
look,
my
'cause we
shit.
packed that shit shoulder to shoulder.
Facts. And we
in
stayed to the end.
Really 16 hours. You know what I'm saying?
We stayed
Like,
to the
if you-
end, and I held the wall up with
without
my
me,
hoodie on.
And this is without me even ever. I ain't send a text to nobody.
Nah, you probably you did
feel
your thing
me?
that night. That was the first time I actually seen you perform outside of the one you did in Brighton. That was the second time.
Oh, at
Nah,
at the
see,
hall
you
across.
talking about something else because I ain't performed that night. This is like it was a
listening session.
It was a listening session.
That's when he had
I was
karate
at.
chop.
No, I didn't go to that. That was with somebody
You
else.
was with me, bro. It was me, you, and DeCasso.
Oh, in the back corner.
Yeah, and then y'all kept saying I kept scaring people by standing up on the wall,
right, okay, I remember
holding,
that.
and
Okay,
niggas was
okay.
afraid to walk by and
Okay.
shit.
All right.
I'm not about that though.
I had my hoodie on and all that shit. I didn't care.
Yeah,
you
you right.
started
Yeah, he
some
was
shit.
walking around. He was walking around.
Yeah, he's walking around shaking everybody's hand.
Yeah.
I remember he was lit as hell too.
But how we get there
How we get where?
to this point?
You said I got beef with you.
About.
You said I had beef with you. And then you went at my man.
He brought all the smoke.
I
was like, all right.
I got love. Like he said, he still show love. Like I'm not one of them people. Like you know what I mean?
Nah,
Maybe
it's
you
just
had
funny.
like
It's just
an
funny, that's all.
opinion, but to me, like he said, his dollar was a penny to me. I don't. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't keeping it a buck to me. But it's all good.
No,
It ain't
that's-
like I
that's
want
what
him
we
to
want.
flourish and everything.
No. That's what we want. Because
She gotta be wild personal for me to feel the way about
Of course.
something.
No, we knew.
But
we
I
liked
was
that
listening.
shit.
I'm like, damn, why is he decimating me on this?
Decimating.
podcast?
He wasn't decimating.
You like that word, right?
He came in here with the Sunday vernacular.
Immediately.
Church.
bro.
No, but
Oh,
but
shit.
since your run has been going, right? What do you feel like?
And it's been
people-
a run. Let's keep it. Let's keep it a
Yo,
whole stack.
no lie.
It's
No
been a
lie.
run.
how
Big
is
marathon.
how was your relationships with people changed?
Like as far as like who?
People that you've known, like people that really weren't supporting you back then, but when they see you get that look, now they just outreaching. They're asking you for tags. Yo, listen to my music. Yo, share this for me and all
Or
that
like
shit.
people outside of like my
Yeah,
friend group.
yeah,
and shit
oh, yeah.
like that. I don't know, like because I think like my build has been like so slow and gradual. Like my shit's like on a slow incline. Like sometimes it speeds up a little. Like I think it sped up a little this year. You know what I mean?
Since Bad 2. Let's be real.
But so I don't feel like nothing like Jurassic. But yeah, definitely like when Blanco 3 dropped, like this year, like I really felt it because certain people was calling me and I'm like, oh, you fake as shit.
Yeah, who are you again?
Yeah,
I don't know.
like but nah, I don't notice too much, too much. But I keep kind of like, I protect my energy anyway. So it's not like I'm speaking to everybody. Like, if I could get thrown off, it's on like Twitter or some shit, like some outside forces. But my phone, when it comes to my shit, like I didn't really get bombarded with a lot of like, bozos. It happens though.
Has your circle gotten smaller or larger?
Yeah, well, smaller, like technically, because when I started out rapping, like we was so deep. Like even like if you go back to like White Boy Like Me, this is like when I started rapping in 2008, and we from Cambridge, we got a chip on our shoulder, we showing up 30, 40, we showing up in retarded numbers. Like I mean retarded numbers.
I remember
and
the mixtape cover.
Yeah, and that's how we
crazy.
showing up to
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
though.
yeah.
And we
Remember
beating people up in the Middle East, beating people up in the
Allegedly,
clubs.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, they know I've been big for it. It's on, you know what I mean? It's on World Star, like for real. Like, go look at my first performance ever. Like, you could look World Star, Millyz performance at the Middle East. First time I tried to do a show, somebody threw something on stage and we knocked them out. We gave them the T-Rex arms. So this is where we're going everywhere. We're going everywhere like this. It's lit. So, but I shed that entourage by like at least 80%.
Yeah.
That makes
Because a lot of motherfuckers is there, like, and they don't really understand this rap shit. Because it's not cool to just roll around with goons and shit like that.
Definitely,
You
especially
need to
now.
roll around with people that understand the industry. If we can't go take a me and that Apple together, the same way we could come to talk to the shooters on the corner and shit like that. Like,
Good point.
we're not gonna vibe because you're gonna be in these predicaments and you're gonna embarrass me in front of
People.
and I've embarrassed people in front of certain shit. You know what I mean? I roll around with my man Set Free, like who's like he's like a OG in New York. He created the N1 mixtape, and he's really in like the art world, like in that culture world. And he would bring me the shit, and I just wouldn't get it, man. I'm like, man, it's not ratchet enough for me, man. I want it. And I probably embarrassed him in certain settings, but I had to learn, like, oh, no, you have to keep a block, be able to navigate both worlds.
Yeah, both sides of the coin.
Yeah, like, it's like.
Well, I asked that because, like, even with the whole King Von shit that's happening, RIP to him. Like,
before we even. Actually, go ahead. That's
even
perfect.
with the podcast shit, like when we used to travel, we used to be deep. We used to have a whole bunch of hood niggas with us, and people used to always feel uncomfortable. So we had to dial that back because I'm like, yo, these niggas are gonna do something to people that don't understand that lifestyle.
1,000.
You know what I mean? So we used to be scaring people. So now we really just be 3 of us, maybe 4 of us. I might have Siles, somebody with me. But do you ever think of like those situations where you beat people up and like you could have those repercussions that make you think that you got to tighten up?
Yeah, no, but I'm super, like, the one thing, if you notice anything about me, how long I've been in this shit, since 08 or whatever, just on a, like, level, white boy talking street shit, running around with diamonds, doing what happened.
No, you good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just I had thumping.
Oh, that's probably me.
Yeah, it is him. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, like, as long as I've been in this shit, like, I've been just on the scene, like a public figure to some capacity, you know, in Massachusetts for a long time, and I'm super untouched, like, but it's for a reason. Like, that shit's not just like, you know, a lot of dudes found that shit out the hallway. Like, not for real. Like, they think like I'm just cool with people. So it's like, nah, when you see me with 10, 15 guys, you feel me? Those is guys that see me bust my pistol in traffic, like on a different type of time. These not just guys that's around me on some rap shit. So our issues coming into rap.
How have you
our issue
that?
When you look up my name, it comes up next to homicides and shit like that. So our issues coming into rap had me already. I was moving militant in the street way prior. So by the time I got into rap and I'm rapping and my voice is out there and I know I'm conscious, bro. I'm not dumb. I'm a white boy talking street shit. Somebody would love to trophy case me. It's just not gonna happen. You never see me beat up on camera. You never see none of that shit. Man down. You know what I'm saying? And not even on no tough shit because I don't even. But all I'm saying is, I protect myself in them situations. Like, but what happened to King Von is unfortunate. You know what I mean? But it's like even shit could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
So let me not say that, because shit could happen to anybody. But it's just like, you know, you got at the same time. I'm not looking for no problems.
Yeah,
but I'm not looking for any problems. But I'm so militant, like I am.
You're prepared.
You know what I mean?
You're prepared.
Yeah,
if
like
those problems
I
occur.
move like I got smoke with the Navy. You know what I mean? Like,
I like that.
So, and it's not paranoid. It's just, you feel
That's
me?
your lifestyle.
I've been shot at in front of my mother's car. I've been all
PTSD,
type of
baby.
shit. Like, I went through all of that prior to getting into rap, so I knew how to tighten up. And I take pride on. I look at the rappers like Dave East and Fab and Jada and these rappers who I don't need my rappers to be super gangster and catching charges for shooting shit up. I'd rather just my rappers, you're fire and you've never been touched. Fab ain't never been touched.
Facts.
So some people, kids in the street might look at him and feel like, oh, he's soft because he's not showing guns in his video and shit, but he's running around with hella diamonds, been in this forever, and he's never been touched. So what is going on behind that?
Yeah,
you know it's a solid situation.
You gotta make sure your people around you are solid.
Exactly. You know with Jada, it's a solid situation there. You know with East, and none of these people
But they
are the
come
people.
from a different era though. They come from that lifestyle too. You know what I'm saying? Like they grew up in it. So like
But I think the kids in rap should take heed. Like, all right, get out the street, but then just, you know, move militant. And it's like anybody around us too that doesn't have a record, we buy you your pistol license.
Yeah, that's
we spend that money, we buy you your gun and all of that.
It's lit.
That's how you put your mans on.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Get money on some other
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Easy, man.
You know what I mean? Like people that see Caesar's cousin around me, and they're like, "Oh, that's just security." No, that's family. But does he got the blick license? And will he man down you? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But you need that.
Yeah.
You said something a while ago on Twitter, right? Like you was gonna do everything in Boston, like all the media and all of that. What made you?
Nah, not everything in Boston.
No, but as in show that love. Like,
oh yeah. I want to do the shits that I fuck with.
I want to know why you decided to make that decision, because that wasn't something you were doing before I started like gymming and stuff like that.
Honestly, I didn't even like talking before, like on like interviews. I was like. I was get judged every time I talk. There'd be like white people in the comments like, "Why you talk like that? Like, but you want to talk like you?"
Yeah.
You know. So like, I was like self-conscious about my voice and shit like that before. So it's like, I never was on like doing a lot of interviews. Now I'm just more like, I don't give a fuck. But I wanted to come back to Boston. Like that would be fake of me to be in New York watching y'all's podcast and then I don't pull up.
You're right. Right.
That's cool.
Nah, you get a whole lot of credit.
It's like kind of like
we still gonna give you the love.
No,
like,
but it's kind of like no, and I see that regardless. You feel me? So that's what I respect too. But it's kind of like if you like a rapper, right? And but you in a better position than a rapper or some shit, and then. But you won't like none of his pictures. But you listening to his shit, you knocking his shit, but you don't.
That's
so that would be wild,
shit.
fake for me to listen to y'all's shit and then act like I don't acknowledge it. And that's when somebody's Hollywood.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
You ever
That's
had,
when somebody like,
shit.
don't act like you don't see what's going. You know.
have you had a lot of people turn Hollywood on you before your run?
Yeah, a couple of times. Still to this day, you know.
How'd it make you feel though? Like on some G shit.
It just made me want to level up. Because I understand, like, in this shit, yo, nobody's going to reach down to you. And that's the fucked up thing. When nobody will reach down and pull you up. You have to get next to somebody and look them eye to eye. And they going,
Yeah.
you know? So I guess it always just made me like, it just made me want to level up every time and show revenge is the best success. Success is the best revenge.
Yeah.
That was the Deuce.
With the Boston media and the way it's leveling up lately, how do you feel about Boston media nowadays compared to back in the day when you started back in 08?
No, I think it's dope. All it needs is the stars.
Yeah.
Couple viral moments and the stars.
Yeah.
Niggas have been telling us to get on TikTok and shit.
Yeah, because we seen that we was viral on TikTok, but we don't really be on it. But, you know, show got the kids.
We heard we were viral on TikTok. We found out, like, what?
All right, you know, it's not a big deal to me, bro.
Yeah. No, but it's dope personalities out here. Like, I think, like, this is the third podcast I did, and this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. But
he said, "Got one more." He looked at us. He's like, "Damn, for real? One more?"
Damn.
Nah, but like each show I did brings completely
Different vibes?
A completely different, 100% different vibe, and that's fire.
Well,
you know
we're
what I mean?
glad too because we didn't have that before. We didn't have that like 3-4 years ago.
And nobody asked me the question yet, like, so what made you start rapping? Or
Nah, that's the corny shit.
Yeah, we're not here.
That's the corny shit.
I'm not a
honestly wanna
journalist,
know.
but I just know that question is whack.
Whack.
I hate the questions that you can look up online. I don't want to Google no shit and be able to find shit
But
about
I will
you.
say this for me because I know they know Boston very well. I kind of kept myself outside of it. I know you're from Cambridge, and I know dudes from Cambridge, but I never knew the side that you spoke on. That wasn't the energy they gave me.
But the coast?
Yeah, they never spoke on it the way he speaks.
No, I think
on
he
it.
means like
just Cambridge in
the
general.
other side of Cambridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when
the
he
different
started,
reality.
exactly. So when I started hearing him rap about Cambridge, I was like, nigga, I'm there all the time. I don't see that.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I got it. So when I heard you rap and then I seen the video and all of that, and everybody talking in the skits and shit, I was like, hold on, my nigga. I be in Cambridge all the time, driving through every area, and I don't be noticing nothing.
What part? What part though?
There.
I am near the MIT.
Oh yeah, that don't count.
So,
that don't count.
Tech Square.
But right in MIT, I could walk.
You can walk,
a block to the projects
where
where it's
projects over there.
where people is living below the poverty line and they're shot spotters because of the gun violence.
Right there
But
by
see, we never see that,
Tech
though.
Square.
That shit gets wet up on the regular.
Yeah.
I never
A
saw
lot.
that. I never saw
Yeah,
that.
they never
A
talked about
lot.
that.
They
Yeah,
don't.
bro.
But you got to understand, Cambridge is a brand. Like the brand of Cambridge is so strong. How much money you think Harvard and MIT
1,000.
put
Easy.
into advertising?
Easy.
Facts.
Easy.
Literally,
bro.
think about
Easy.
this. Like, how much? You know how they advertise shit like, come to Aruba,
Yeah.
shit like that. Like, so how much come to Cambridge has there been over the years? You know what I mean? But what you have to understand is like even the coast where I'm from, like that's like a legendary black-owned neighborhood.
Yeah, it is.
Like before, I don't know what happened in Boston. I speak for Cambridge, you know what I'm saying? But in Cambridge, the Islanders came and bought all that shit up. So when I'm growing up, that's a
all you
legendary
saw. Yeah.
black-owned. I mean, houses. I'm not just talking about the projects and shit like that. I'm talking about everybody owns these nice 2-3 family houses. So gentrification hit hard, but then you go to the port. And it's still Trinidadians,
Still over there, yeah,
and
yeah,
Haitians,
yeah.
and that done bought property. And then there's the people living in the projects. So it's like, let's not get it confused. There's 11 housing projects in Cambridge. You know what I mean?
See, I didn't know that until I started listening.
That's
to
a
it.
fact.
I had no idea.
People
That's a
forget.
fact.
People forget how massive Cambridge really is.
Never took.
No, but it's small
Yeah.
because it's actually the size of
Ooh.
Dorchester.
Nah,
It is, bro.
Cambridge
It's a square mile bigger than
massive.
Dorchester.
Damn.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Check it
Dorchester's
out.
huge.
So this
Dorchester's
is-
huge though.
Dorchester is pretty big.
Dorchester's big.
Dorchester's about 8 square miles and Cambridge about 8 square miles.
But like people from Boston, when they think of Cambridge, they think of literally MIT and the
Central
Galleria
Square.
Mall.
Some of them know. Some
and
of
the Galleria
them.
Mall. Ultimately, right?
Some of them know.
But when you get into Cambridge, because I worked in Cambridge for a few years, and I realized, oh shit, Cambridge is massive. Like that whole
Yeah.
And there's a lot of culture out there
There's a
too.
But there's
lot of
also
culture.
like, we're not talking like it's an hour away. So when you say people from Boston think that, not everybody, because a lot of Boston housing is in Cambridge.
It's in Cambridge.
Yeah, I
The
could
terrace.
dig
I know
it.
that.
Yeah, I could
Shit
dig
like that, yeah, because that's how fucking close it is. Race me from Mattapan to race me from Mattapan to the what's the city capital, the little building with the gold, City Hall. Race me from I'm in Cambridge, you in Mattapan. Race me to City Hall in Boston.
Oh, you
get there first.
I'm just showing you how close we are. Like close to the point. If you get shot, you are going to Boston Medical. People request now take me to Boston Medical. It's closer. You know what I mean? I'm born in Boston. The second I got kicked out of Cambridge schools, I had to go to Charlestown for my whole high school experience. So Cambridge, like, we're not gonna talk like it's an hour away. You know what I mean? Like,
but real talk though, like when you like growing up in Roxbury, Cambridge was literally far away. Like in your mind, you're like,
because you never left the hood.
Yeah, in your mind, but that's like
but that's until you grow up and start traveling. You know what I mean?
Or when you start trapping.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because we are a trap city. So anybody who ever got a significant amount of money out of the streets in Boston dealt with somebody from Cambridge. On guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even avoid it. And Cambridge got a table in every jail, and that table is full of trappers. And Boston motherfuckers that interact with them because they know, like, yeah, when you come home, let's get a bag together. So it's like there are dudes that's tied in. I respect the Boston people that come up and say, oh, the coast, the port. That gives me ultimate respect off rip.
I learned that in high school.
Yeah.
Like when I used to go out there and ball, like, bro, this is the coast. I was talking with your mans about the park and all that. We used to ball at the YMCA and all that shit, and the Boys and Girls Club over there in Central Square and all that.
That gives me way more of a respect for like a Boston person when off rip they go, "Are you from Cambridge? Where NC the coast?"
Yeah, I'd be like coast or port.
Then my guard is kind of down with you because before the second I meet you, I'm like, "What you think?
Think y'all sweet?
What's up?" You know. But nah, man. You know, it's love overall. It's 617 when it comes down to it. Because if they didn't have that bridge, our shit would be like the South End or some shit. Like, it would just be like another part. Like, I mean, from where I'm from, like Central Square area, that shit is so close to. I remember I was talking to he might hate me for this shit, but I was talking to 7981 Cal before, and he said, "Yo, bro, I don't understand why dudes be tripping like Cambridge." Like Cambridge is so far from Boston when the Boston Garden is in Cambridge.
It's in Cambridge. Yeah.
But it's not though, technically.
Oh no,
you gotta take like 3 steps.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, this is like, come on, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like Fenway, all of that, man. You know what I mean?
I met my first like quote unquote trapper at my job, right? Like at my job, when I was working security, it was years ago. He was like, "Yeah, I'm from Cambridge." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "You want to know what part?" I was like, "There's parts." I didn't know there was parts.
There's North Cambridge,
I had
all
no
that
idea.
shit.
I was like, all right, nigga. I had Cambridge. I'm thinking MIT. I'm thinking that Central Square area. I'm like, all right, okay. He's like, nah, fam. Come through the spot. We was chilling. We got cool. I went through the spot.
Where was he from though?
What's the one behind? I don't know if he's from there, but that's where he was staying at. It's behind. It's not behind Middle East. It's across from
the Jacks. You talking
Projects?
About
yes, it's across from the projects. It's yellow. It's like MIT. It's gold, like golden brown.
Oh, I don't know. Top of my head, I don't know. I know 808 and Coast and all that shit.
See, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm over there by the basketball court and by Whole Foods and shit.
It's by the Whole Foods. It's by the Whole Foods.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. It's probably 808.
Okay.
And that's all. Okay. That's all new shit too. Like, you know.
Yeah, well,
the
I
Whole Foods and all of that type of shit. That's not
Rite Aid and all that shit.
It wasn't there back then.
Yeah.
It wasn't there back then.
The gentrification hit Cambridge hard.
It's crazy.
Like I said, like so many black-owned houses, and they started pressing people because they realized like the gentrifiers, like, oh, y'all right next to Charles River. Yep. This shit low key beautiful.
Super beautiful.
Mad dates over there.
Let me cash you out for your house.
Easy.
So many people got cashed out for their house. You know what I mean?
Y'all never took a shorty over to that bridge over there, by the bridge over there to watch the sunset and shit like that?
What, you in love?
Dome in the car.
Yeah, you already know what time it is.
Wow.
That was a spot. My man's had mad spots and came. He's like, yo, take shorty over here, bro. It's free. See the show, the skylines and all that wild shit. Easy top.
I got a question for you.
Easy top.
I got a question for you, right? When you was over there, when you was on the parquet, when you was on the floor at the Celtics game, and you was right next to Jada, and they spilled that drink on you.
Like, man. Take me back.
How'd your phone blow up? I know niggas blow your phone.
Crazy. That was the most my phone blew up ever. I ain't gonna lie. And then because like, yo, by the time we got out, I'm getting faded in there. By the time we got out, we on Sports Center and shit.
Everything.
No. Pause. Pardon me. We was on like Bleacher Report and all the new shits that's basically like, and then Sports Center later. So it went for like 24 hours.
Straight.
we was super viral off that. Shout out Jalen and Jacoby. They like some of the only ones that announced me as like Millyz. Like everyone was else was like, you know, Jadakiss and his friend.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, that's gonna look good for him.
It was so funny because right, we got wine, so we bought wine. I don't know why I bought wine, but Kiss was like, let's get some red wine. You know what I mean? So
courtside, baby.
So we got red wine and shit, and we courtside, and yo, we had just got our drinks. I swear to God, like we just got our drinks, like 3 seconds before Rodney Hood crashed into us, type shit. And I was tight at the time. We had all black on, and Kiss was tight. But then he looked at me and was like, "It's good publicity."
It is. It is.
We need this.
He was like,
Hell yeah.
"We on TV right now."
Yep.
Nah,
And I was like,
everybody
and
shared
then I
that
was like,
shit.
"Oh, you not mad?" I bet. And then within like 5 minutes, I realized, oh no, shit is lit.
shit is
and it's
lit.
so funny because the coach of Fiend, like Damian Lillard came over, y'all straight, like, you know what I mean? The coach of Portland, Terry Stoudemire, something like that.
I know who you're talking about.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm fucking his name over. Terry Stokes, maybe. The coach of Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
He might have got fired, but
He probably got fired.
but yo, he's a dope dude, I swear, because he came up to us. He's like, get these fellas some new drinks. Like it was a dope experience altogether. And I met the head of Harpoon Beer, and he gave me his card, and I was supposed to follow up, and I never followed up. So for everybody out there, follow up when you meet somebody powerful.
Yep.
Like,
Yes,
don't
sir. Yes, sir.
follow the fuck up.
I got a question for you though, right? Did you guys still feel away with the whole? Because I remember you guys had the sped movement, and I think I had seen somebody from your team. They was bothered by the whole joiner shit because they felt like they was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
Nah, I
I'm
feel
keep it
you.
a thou wow.
I was just waiting.
I'm
my
gonna keep it
guy.
a thou
I was
wow,
waiting,
nigga.
bro.
Like I know
Just
some of
waiting.
this shit.
Yeah, I know. I was just waiting.
When are y'all gonna like? I feel like y'all are two of the biggest artists in mass, even with Bia. But it's like I didn't
With
understand.
Bia.
Yeah,
Yes,
I didn't
yeah.
understand the whole sped movement against his movement because I think someone had said like they were stealing the idea from you guys or some shit like that.
Right. Nah, but we didn't follow through on that shit because I just felt like it would be. I try to bring Massachusetts together so much that it would be like, people, when you say follow, lead by your actions or whatever, and not with your words, that would be like destructive to the scene if I was dissing Joyner.
Very counterintuitive. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, obviously the natural side of you says, damn, that's my move. You could feel away. You could get hyped up to feel away. But I didn't want to pursue that on the grounds that, first of all, he showed me love before. He went to Ebro and he shouted me out and shit like that. And I just it's so hard for me to down somebody that's doing good in Massachusetts.
Facts.
It's hard for me, man.
1,000.
I'm not really capable of it. If you look at my track record, I support everybody.
What got you having that feeling for the city like
Because
that?
I just been in it a long time and I seen it. That's like a pattern that has to be installed.
1,000.
The hate.
Yeah, like the hate, and people don't understand. Like when you look at any movement, any fucking movement, it takes a lot of people. We got this shit in 617 where we think it has to be one perfect representative. Nah, the
Speak on it,
representative doesn't have to be perfect.
Speak
You
on
need
it,
a
bro.
bunch of representatives at
Yes,
the
sir.
time. Hopefully
Yeah.
you get close to perfect. Like Pop Smoke was a perfect representative from New York. He's not the only drill rapper though. A bunch of them got records and they're booming. So it's like,
But they show camaraderie over there too, though.
to
know what I'm saying? To a
a
degree.
certain
Of
point,
course,
but either
of
way,
course.
it's a bunch of people booming at one time. So I feel like in mass we don't understand that. So I like seeing like a joint, and you don't understand until you start climbing the ladder in the industry what somebody could actually do for you, because like for instance, Cousin Stiz is my brother. Just on some like, that's my man, like I fuck with him type shit, right? You know what I'm saying? I actually met him selling him some weed type shit, you know what I'm saying? In New York, when he came to New York, back in like right at the time his first song dropped. But we've been cool ever since. But it's like just the fact that we're cool, you never know what rooms he's in, and then they say, oh, you know this other kid from Massachusetts? They go, yeah, that's my brother, check him out, fuck with him. And that's what we all have to do for each other. You know what I mean? So I always want to do that in the scene in general. So when people ask me about anybody, I give them a big up, because it's like we need that, man.
No, I appreciate all that. You know what I mean? And we used to tell artists that also, because when we used to ask artists like, who you like from Mass, they always say, yo, I like Millyz from Boston.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know any Millyz songs? They be like, nah, but his shit's fire though. I'm like, yo, stop capping.
Yeah.
You keep it real. If you don't know Millyz, just say you don't know him and name other people that you know, but don't use that as a cop out all the time, because every artist used to do that shit in interviews since like what, 2017, 2018.
They still do it now.
Yeah.
They still do it now. We
Yeah.
just had one the other day.
Like,
Yeah, like people would just say Millyz.
It's almost like name dropping.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like,
I'm just gonna say artists I know from Boston, but I'm not really like I'm promote that shit. Like say what you like.
Yeah, tell me a song you like from him.
Yeah.
but
give
they
me
from
a bar.
Massachusetts and they never heard my shit.
No, they heard you, but they don't know a song from you. Just know that you're the most popping dude. So they would
Right.
drop your name,
Yep.
and then we would be like, okay.
But
then
I'm
what's
not the
song?
most popping dude.
No, but they
There's-
would drop your name, and we go, okay, what's one of his favorite songs from him?
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
'Cause we would
Like,
name songs.
Yeah, all the time.
But on some G shit, I got like 100-something thousand Instagram followers, and I'm sure some of them never heard the music, but they're in tune with me and they see what I do.
1,000.
They'll catch the little clips.
Oh, what
It's
is
just,
Mhm.
it's just
and they support
Yeah.
in some capacity. So, you know, the fan shit is weird.
It's just a lot of times people don't want to just say what they like.
Yeah.
Like just tell them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they're gonna say the popular answer all the time, you know, and they'll say Cousin Stiz and all that shit. I'm like, yeah, we fuck with Cousin Stiz too. Like, I like this song from him, or you heard the song with him and City Girls. They be like, nah. I'm like, all right, so you're really not a fan.
Facts.
You're really not a fan.
really not a fan.
Exactly.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Like for an example, like I'm new to a lot of local music. I got hooked on by these guys. They put me on because I just kind of was out of touch. They're like, yo, check this shit out. Oh, I bet. So that's like me sitting and saying, oh, I like this person. I will name a song. Well, I like all this stuff. How's that work? You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, I get it.
Let me ask you a question though. How did the Jada plug come to fruition?
Pretty much like I had I paid him for a feature like in like 2013 or something, and at that time I had just moved to New York, so I didn't have too much of like a network.
What
You're just
part?
building it up.
I moved to the Bronx,
Okay.
so I didn't even have a car. Like I had to take a setback. Like, you know,
How was that navigating back then? During that time, trying to figure that shit out.
It was crazy because I had to just be humble at the time. Like I was in Mass, I had just did Summer Jam out in Mass. I was still a name out here, but I was like, I realized like that doesn't mean nothing.
I mean, not in New York.
You know, no disrespect, but it's just reality. Like there's a glass ceiling out here. You got to break through that shit. So I ended up going to New York and just restarting kind of. And so I met him. That was one of the first things I did. Set Free connected me with him, and we did a song. And I just knew like, yo, you got to follow up in a relationship. I would never like to pay an artist and then not get the actual relationship with them. So that was my goal. So I started seeing him like getting booked to go to like Starlets and shit like that. And so I would take the train to all these spots and just, you know, just get some FaceTime with him, just chop it with him real quick until our relationship grew. And then it got to the point where I'm able to play him music and really show him what I got going on. And then God rest the dead, his man Ice Pick J was like, yo, we should really fuck with Millyz on like a different level. Like he could sing. A lot of people don't know, like Kiss brought me in for singing.
Really?
Not for rap. Like people see him post my rap videos, but that's because I'm like, yo, big homie, post my rap videos. But it's not that. Like
You got the melody
Kiss
for
fuck
that.
with me on
Yeah.
singing. Like when he heard the singing shit, that's when he's like, oh no, you like a $4 million entity. You know what I mean? Like let's do business.
That's why in Blanco 3 you switched up a lot of your shit.
Yeah, but I sung besides your favorite album, you know what I mean? Besides
Yeah,
Saints and
Saints and
Sinners,
Sinners. It's my
I'm
shit.
singing on all my shit throughout my whole life. Like I was in chorus class when I was young.
Oh, shit. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Speak on that a little bit. How did you transition from that?
What, chorus class?
Yeah. What the hell is chorus class? don't
Well,
know
I
what
was.
chorus class is.
It was short lived because I got kicked out of Ringe, but
Everybody in Cambridge went to Ringe.
Original line,
Yeah.
Everybody.
yeah. So I got in there and I was in Ringe for 2 months. But within that 2 months,
He was getting to it.
I signed up for chorus class and the dude told me, he was like, yo, it's 36 girls and 7 dudes. I was
Love
like,
it.
bet.
Love
Love
it.
it.
I'm there.
Love it.
I'm there. I
And I
can't
was-
sing and I'm there.
I was in there. I was trying to get my shit off. So, but I always been into singing. I've been into like Boyz II Men and Drew Hill and like, you know, R&B is my shit. So I implemented it in my music.
I can
Yeah,
notice that shit.
yeah. I got a decent voice. Put a little tune on
A
it.
little bit, a little song.
Yeah, dog.
a little polish.
One more question for you, right? What's a piece of advice that Kiss gave to you?
It's almost like less the advice that he gave to me and more like just what I see him do. like kind of
That's
just
OG shit right there.
yeah, kind of just being around him, just seeing how to like really be a rapper, like a professional rapper. Like, oh no, you gotta get up every day, you gotta get dressed, you gotta be in your bag. Like it is what he gave me that. Him and East gave me that like constant like, yeah, you gotta it's like you gotta just do this shit every day. This is what it is, you know what I mean? And so it's more just little things that I pick up from him, how he interacts when he's in a room. You know what I mean? Shit that, and he's definitely told me some real shit. But the more things that I remember is kind of just, you know, day to day, just trailing him and seeing how he moves.
So I gotta ask you, right? You said in your when I forgot the name of the song, like don't compare me to any other white rappers, you know. And obviously we all grew up on Eminem, Yellow Wolf, and all that shit. I used to listen to all of them niggas. So when I hear you rap, and then I compare him to especially Yellow Wolf, because he kind of raps a little bit the same. And when he first started, why have you stayed this way? Like for me, it's like okay, I hear who's rapping, but then when I first saw you, I was like, but he's from Cambridge. You know what I'm saying? So for somebody who doesn't understand what the lifestyle, especially coming from you.
But you do understand.
No,
so
I understand. No, I'm not.
Where you from? Boston?
No. Yeah, I'm from Boston. You can say that.
You gotta remember if he's at Nigeria.
I come from a different culture.
He be trying both sides.
But so you do understand.
No, I understand.
No. But you do understand that when somebody from anywhere else in America hears a Boston artist, they think the same thing you think about a Cambridge artist.
1,000.
Don't get it fucked up.
1,000.
Boston's brand, how Cambridge brand is Harvard and MIT.
Easy.
Boston's brand is white people, racism, and the Red Sox.
1,000.
Facts.
Don't get that shit fucked up. So I don't take it. That's why I never take it personal when a Boston person thinks there's nothing going on in Cambridge, because nationally people think there's nothing going on in Boston. It's not true. It's not true.
Either way.
But so I say that to say I don't know what the question was.
There's a hood everywhere.
Exactly.
There's a hood everywhere.
And even if there ain't, there's somebody that'll bust your fucking head to the white meat.
What I was asking is musically, actually. See, because you said a bar, don't compare me to other white rappers because you're not them.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. You're not them in the sense of you didn't transition. Like, all right, who
they all go to pop and shit like that.
Exactly.
Except Eminem, you know what I mean? They all go to pop because they can't hack it in hip hop.
But you rap different from Eminem.
Yeah.
You're like when I think of you, it's like
I just wrote a bar yesterday. I said I grew up knocking M, but I'm not an imitation.
Easy. Bars right there. I gotta give you a gunshot.
Yeah.
You know?
I gotta give it to you on that.
Though. See, he done lost the drop.
I know, man.
Man.
I was like, damn.
No, what I'm asking, why I'm asking that is because when I'm playing for my kids, right, I play you for my kids, and I played Eminem, and I played at the same time because my son understands. He's only 4, but he understands the music now. So he asked me straight like, "Who's that?" And I showed him both y'all pictures, and he's never seen you before, never seen M before. I just said that's who's rapping, but he also knows Jada. He knows Dave East because I play all that. So he's like, why does he sound like that? But this is the guy. He looks like exactly the same. Mind you, my kids are mixed, so it's like, I'm like, well, he grew up a certain way. He's from Detroit. That's a certain lifestyle.
But you gotta play him the old Eminem shit.
I did. I played him fucking. What was the first time?
Because Eminem sound like we sound more similar. Like
not back then. Not back then. No. Nah. M was like rappity rap. You're rappity rap, but you're legit. Come off that Jadakiss Locks era.
Nah, he's a streets rapper.
He's a streets rapper.
Yeah, I like that.
Like to me, you, Ransom, and all of them, you're in that category of niggas that can rap like that. Because that's what I listen to. That's what I bump. So that's why I play for them. So when I play them the other stuff, he's like, nah, I play you. He's like, this is what I understand. This is what I see. Because he sees it from me and everything he's around. So I just want to know how would you explain that to somebody who's never, ever seen somebody like you from Boston or doesn't even understand that lifestyle?
I don't know. It's just like if you understand that lifestyle, you can understand the authenticity in my music. I guess
you speak on pain like crazy. So
it's like the things. That's my main theme. So I'm talking about, even though I talk about street shit,
there's a lot of pain in that.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been through more street shit than 99.2% of all rappers in history. Like just that made it into the game. Like, cause I know, you feel me? My gun go off. I've been behind the gun, in front of a gun. All of that with trapping, high level. You feel me? Really standing up under murder investigations. All of that shit. But that ain't even the main focus of my music.
No, it's your pain.
Purposely. Because I understand I'm a white boy. I'm not even going to perpetuate this, even though that's my truth. Even though that's my truth, I'm going to give you something else. So I give people the pain that everyone can resonate with. Definitely. And then I kick the street shit. I sprinkle it in.
Sprinkle in there. Sprinkle in there. That's why I like. I'm like, it's a balance because I love pain.
Right.
I like delve into that shit.
Everyone.
So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So off of your shit, Heightened Senses. Obviously, my favorite track I played was Outkast. Because I've always felt like separate from everybody.
Yeah.
So when Outkast,
You a real like hip hop head though.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
I
that.
guess.
He's super hip hop.
You in your hip hop
that
bag. I
That's what you
respect
give
it.
me. That's what you give me.
Yeah.
Saints and Sinners. Everything else, Spare 2 was great. You know what I'm saying? The first Blanco was great. Blanco 2 was great. But when Saints and Sinners came out, I was like, he's really rapping.
With
right
Static?
there. Yeah, I was like, because you have to with Static.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
Static was. I knew it was gonna make you get in your
and
bag.
you know what I hate about that though, bro? Because I got so many people that was like, yo, stop doing trap shit and just give us, or like people that hit me all the time under my freestyles and go, yo, bro, why you don't do like a whole album of just rapping like that? And like, I gave y'all Saints and Sinners though, like,
Yeah.
and you didn't even go listen to it, so you just want to hear me rap on Instagram, like.
That's it.
Exactly.
What went into your thought process for Blanco 3? Because you said you dedicated to a couple of people. So what went into that?
was at the end, but it was just quarantine, bro. Like this when like Corona first hit. This was before I even got sick, and I'm just in the studio every day, just me and the engineer. And I was just racking up on records, so I had no thought process at the time. I was just trying to get some good records, see what I could come up with. And then after Corona, it took a while, and then I realized, damn, I'm sitting on like, I'm sitting on a good amount of joints.
Yeah.
Like if I make like
Mad
3,
joints.
4 more, like so when I put out 22, that's me cutting it down from like 35. You know what I mean? So that was my thought process. I just was like, yo, let me give the people something. I didn't know it was gonna be more successful than any album I did.
Nah, once I heard it, I knew it was.
Yeah.
Because you had mad bangers on
Yeah,
you.
we
You
was
got
playing that.
Himalayas
We was
and
playing that
Himalayas.
heavy.
Thank
What's
you,
that?
thank you.
That Soul's a Geek joint.
Himalayas was one of the things to me
Yeah.
that made it stand out because it was like we had different elements, like things people wouldn't think of. Like I had Shotty calling in.
Yeah.
From really the first time he addresses the rat on in public kind of. You know what I mean? In my video, so Academics posted that we had a big ass snake in a Rolls Royce in my neighborhood with, 200 people out there. Like it was something that stood out. So I was like, yeah, we caught him with that.
And one thing
I
we
like that.
noticed.
That was one of my favorites.
And one thing we noticed was your visuals got really good. Like,
That's when I told him. Me and him discussed that.
Shout out,
Me-
bro.
nah.
Shout out,
Bro.
Tim.
Me and Show
bro.
discussed that. I was like, yo, bro, he's putting money behind his craft now because your videos visually started looking totally different.
When I saw Stay for a While,
yeah.
bro, I was like, oh shit.
Nah, I saw y'all react to that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that shit.
Nah, that shit's fire,
I
bro.
like that shit. When I see y'all react to it, I'm going to their podcast.
Question for you, right? You said your mom is very important to you. How does your mom feel about you getting out the streets and making something of yourself being a rapper?
Real life shit.
She's happy, man. She loves it. She gets scared for me too, though.
Why's that?
Just because it's like I'm out of the streets, but it's still like I gotta go to places. I gotta be outside. Like I have to. Like it's part of the job. Like
Yeah.
I gotta go to Elizabeth, New Jersey to a club for $400 some nights. You know what I'm saying? It's like I gotta be outside, like in the fucking trenches a lot. Like and so just moving around and she knows what jealousy and envy is. So I think she worries about it on that side. But she's very proud of me, you know what I mean? Because sometimes even her friends' kids will be like, yo, Katrina's son is blowing up, like, So
How does that make you feel that it's saying your mom's name and saying that's her son?
Yeah.
Like I know him. He's from my hood.
Yeah.
He's from Cambridge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because you're one of them and you made it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
You know what I mean? They got
thing.
someone to look up to because you're an OG now, whether you like it or not.
No, that's what the kids be telling me. That
You
shit
an OG.
threw me a couple of times.
Nah, you know why? Because I told some of my older heads, I'm like, I always respectfully call them OGs. They're like, oh, you ain't got to call me OG. I'm like, you are because you survived the era I'm not from.
1,000.
You know what I mean? So I got to respect that. You know what I mean? So
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Definitely that different generation.
you want to play in that record show?
Yeah, let me play that record.
We going to play you someone from here, see how you like the sound of Boston.
Where
I walk in every room as myself.
He's from,
I
where's he
don't
from?
walk
He's from
in
Dorchester.
any room as anyone else. I'm not.
He just went to Cali.
I'm not cowering.
So I was like, I was telling Show, I wanted to play it to see if you like it.
My voice doesn't change.
Because we always
It
playing
sounds
everybody
exactly
from the state to
same
see how their
way.
music
I'm walking
sounds.
as myself and proud, and I speak for us, and that gives me a joy. I'm honored to.
It's lit.
Boy, I represent that east side. East side. He ain't frontin', nigga, be quiet. Cause we ride. Loyal as ever, so if he slide, then we slide. Don't need no camera, nigga, we lie. Yeah, we lie. Boy, I represent that east side. East side. He ain't frontin', nigga, be quiet. cause we ride. Loyal as ever, so if he slide, then we slide. Don't need no camera, nigga, we lie. Yeah, we lie. Look, where I'm from ain't no amusement park, but we slide. Where I'm from, they'll do a nigga greasy, deep fried. Really got my own wave, I should hashtag beach vibes. And all this drip on me got them thinking they beach side. On the paper trail, to my family dead and gone, word to T.I. Yeah. And where I'm from ain't no one like me, but fuck it, he tried. I really love the beach, but I'm cut from them street ties. Tryna let your favorite rapper rest in peace, boy, he tired. I'm a giant now, gotta bring my man in, and now I'm Eli. Top down, could I also live on my jeans, and I don't need Levi's. All these rap niggas doing drugs now, I can't deal with that junkie shit. Better make the nigga wrist a flood now, pinky ring on some chunky shit. We came out the jungle, why you think we on some monkey shit? It's sad to say the wave ain't even came yet. Niggas jumping ship, better say the success, and I ain't look back in a minute. I'm a master with them P's, and I ain't never seen no limit. Boy, I represent that east side. East side.
Shout out to Jordan, man.
Yeah, he got some high level rap shit.
He sent me that. I was like, that shit's fire, bro.
He's got some HLR shit.
Yeah,
So I gotta ask
the
you
highest
now.
branch.
How'd you come
of
up
this
with? Is
thing.
that your shit? HLR?
It's kind of like me and East's shit, but
Okay.
like I came up with high level rap. Me and East came up with high HLR together. You know what I'm saying? We was in the dressing room in Amsterdam, and he was like, high level rap. High level rap, high level rap. He kept saying it like on stage too. He'd be like, high level rap, high level. And then we in the dressing room, and I'm like, high level rap, high level rap. We just go over. He's like HLR. I'm like, high luxurious rap, high lifestyle rap, high level rap. Yeah, it was HLR from there.
Do you remember the first time you met East?
Yeah, I met him in like 2013 or something.
What was that experience like?
It was ill. It was like right before or like within the same week that Nas co-signed him type shit. And I got a feature from him, but I had already seen him on like Static, like rapping and stuff. So I was like, oh, he's dope. He's high level rap before I even knew that term. And I got a feature from him. I paid him for a feature at that time. Like something that's not literally 1%, maybe 1% of what he charges now. You know what I'm saying? Like he just getting started. So I did a song with him. We ended up getting cool, and then we did another song I believe in like 2015, and another song in like 2016 type shit. And I'm just like I'm close to a lot of his people. So yeah. How'd
you feel when Shooter passed?
Nah, that fucked me up. That fucked me up bad.
Crazy, right? Cause I think he passed right after we found out about Fred, right?
Yeah.
Because we had Fred on the podcast.
Fucked me up.
Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Mark Marin. We was over at what was it, Millyz?
Was that
Sonya's,
yep.
and we did the interview with Fred the Godson, and we was gonna bring him back in I think it was like March or something. And I think he had passed in February.
Yeah.
Because the shorty's from Roxbury and shit.
Nah, that fucked me up, man, because I seen him go into the hospital, and I'm hitting him, and he's like, yeah, I'm good, bro. I just got to cut the Henny out type shit.
Same shit from Fred.
Yeah.
And then, he passed. That fucked me up because we was in Amsterdam, and, like, when you go overseas with somebody on tour, the vibe is different. Like, because you kind of let your guard down a little. Like, Amsterdam, there's no, like, you don't got to be on go 100% of the time. Amsterdam is really, like, cool. And I remember Shooter taking us to this spot called like the Greenhouse or Green something. It's like the most famous weed bar out there, and they gave us everything on the house. And the person came out, he said, is Dave East here? He said, nah, but King Shooter is.
Alright.
And they gave us everything, like anything we wanted on the menu, all the weed, everything was on the house. And we got so smacked. He was off wild edibles. And then we went to Paris like the next day, and there was this chick, she was giving tattoos, but I was like, nah, I don't got time to get a tattoo. He's like, shit, you bugging. I'm about to get inked the fuck up. And he inked his whole leg. And then later he's performing in Paris, and he's like, Mills, my shit is burning. You know, so like, yeah, man, like R.I.P. Shooter, he was just a dog. Like, he's a dog for real.
When are y'all gonna start a record label for Coast? Because y'all got so many talented people.
Honestly, I'm past even just Coast. Like, I'm on some CMB shit now. Because the way the gentrification hit Cambridge,
You gotta do it all together.
Yeah, like Coast, when I think of Coast, I think about us shooting back and forth with different neighborhoods and all of that shit. So it's like, I'm on some like CMB, like, all right, because everybody done had to move out at this point. So, you know, like, let's find the last people that's standing.
Yep.
And put it together and just do it on some Cambridge shit. But I'm not gonna do any like record label like around coast. I'm gonna do it on some like sped life shit. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's smart.
And I'm gonna do it soon. I just don't wanna. I can't push an artist out there right now because I'm so
You still working?
obsessed with my own grind.
Yeah, of course.
But then it helps me when people are working. Like my man ES is the first person I started rapping with ever. Like I was always in a group when I came up called Tragic Thoughts.
Okay.
There's 2 T's on my hand or whatever. And me and him started rapping in a group. And you know, he fell back over the course of time because like doing bids and shit like that. But now he's out and he's right there. He's out and he's going full throttle. You know, so that helps me. The fact, like, if you could go get your own studio, get this shit popping, you writing your own
Right
song. Yeah. So, you know, we slowly but surely start and shit. But when I do start, that's what I need, like ambitious people that want to, like, you know, they got that drive. Yeah, because
you don't gotta put a battery on their back.
I definitely can't hold anybody's hand.
Yeah,
because
I feel
it's
you.
hard enough being independent with myself. I run, you know what I mean?
I seen you out there with the Cookies Cambridge shit recently also.
That was dope.
How'd that come about?
That's some big things in the work, man. Shout out, Everybody Gotta Eat, Blaze, Tava, Burner. Like that's we about to do something incredible. Y'all will be at the premiere.
I'm paying attention to it. I like how you giving back to the community.
Yeah,
I fuck with it. I fuck with it.
No,
I'ma
but this
ask you,
gonna be
right?
big.
I fuck with it,
when
bro.
this pop.
I believe it.
When this pops,
It's gonna be it.
when Cookies, yeah.
Okay, I'm with
One
it.
of them things.
We're smoking, so I'm excited.
Facts.
Yeah.
Nah, I just like seeing people fuck with their community.
1,000.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people be like, "Oh, y'all should be over here." I be like, "Nah, we right here in Dorchester,
Yup.
where all the artists we can reach them and we can help out and help out people because that's what it's really about. Like you either gonna build or you gonna destroy.
Right.
Like, straight up. That's just what it really is. And all of our experiences, whether it's you getting shot at in front of your mom's crib, me getting shot at with my mans, me and Mikey grew up in the same hood. We know the same people that got killed. It's like as you get older, you experience shit. And you got to look out for other people so they don't
You
hit
gotta
those
give them
potholes.
that game, yeah.
Yeah, because what good is wisdom if you ain't,
Hove did
if you ain't
that, so
sharing
hopefully you ain't gotta go through that.
it? Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
1,000. I gotta ask, right? You speak on. I'm gonna go back to that HLR real quick because for me, it's like, who do you put in that category of HLR, and why is it important to you now to spit that out?
That's like some like Jedi shit. Like it's like HLR is like it doesn't even mean you the greatest artist. It doesn't mean you a bad artist if you're not HLR.
Okay.
But it's all right. So like the left side of the brain breaks down music.
Okay.
The right side of the brain breaks down the words.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay.
Some people
All right.
is more heavy on this side, on the right side. You feel me? So when you talking about a Fred the Godson, you talking about super high level rap
Super.
that you have to break shit down because it's metaphors and similes and double,
He
triple,
don't even-
quadruple
He don't even read.
entendres.
He said he don't even read.
Right. So
That's crazy.
so it's like the type of shit I grew up on. Like even when you talking about like. When you talking about Eminem, you talking about a rock bottom saying shit like, I feel like I'm walking a tightrope without a circus net, popping Percocets. I'm a nervous wreck. I deserve respect, but I work a sweat for this worthless check. I'm about to burst a tech as somebody to reverse this debt. Minimum wage, got my adrenaline cage full of venom and rage, especially when I'm engaged. Like
That's a lot.
It's different.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
different,
That's
the way
different.
you weave in words together and all of that shit hits. You feel me? I feel like I'm walking a tightrope without a circus net, popping Percocets. I'm a nervous wreck. I deserve respect, but I work a sweat for this worthless check. About to burst this tech at somebody to reverse this debt. It's like the way my brain computes that, I'm like, nah, that's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas somebody hears and it just sounds like, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
and I could definitely relate to that because a lot of times I've told these guys the way I take in music is it's got to sound good to me, and then I'll pay attention to it.
Right.
So a lot of times I have to listen to it. I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Then I got to kind of shut down and focus
And feel what
and
you're
then
saying,
listen
yeah.
to the lyrics, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh.
So some people is almost the opposite.
I'm the complete opposite.
Some people
Yeah.
almost phase out the music and phase in on
Listen to the
exactly what you're
words.
saying.
Yeah,
so
it's gotta
so that's
sound
where
good.
high level rap comes in, and you just gotta be, you know, what's understood ain't gotta be said. You just gotta be that, man. Like,
That's it.
you know, like you can't be high level rap saying no corny bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, your shit gotta be different. I'm high level rap. I went to the PlayStation Theater in New York in Times Square, the mecca of hip hop. And I made 2,000 people stop talking for 4 minutes, no side conversations,
Fire.
just me rapping a cappella. You feel me?
That's a different humble. That's a different brag. You know what I mean? That's a different brag.
And it's not my crowd either. It's Easter's crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Pause too,
So I stopped. You could stop. You high level rap if you could stop 2,000 people that's drunk and high from talking. Focus on me for 4 minutes while I'm rapping.
Yeah.
Every word.
I seen that.
You know what I mean?
I seen when you would cut the music and you just be rapping on stage. Like we would be watching that shit. And I'm like, yo, you gotta understand.
Yeah.
You gotta understand. Nah, not even that. You gotta understand the level of respect they have for him
1,000.
in New York. To
1,000.
stop and listen,
Of
like
course.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
And yo, dudes from New York then ran up on me and they say, yo, I saw you at PlayStation Theater. I didn't know who you was, but that's the best show I ever seen, bro. Like
That's
people
it.
saying that, and I had a spiritual moment that night. It was just one of them nights. Like I was like, man,
That's how I feel
It was
when
the
you
last
freestyle.
night on tour.
That's how I feel when you freestyle.
Yeah,
Like your freestyles, I'd be like, oh, you dropped another one? Bet. I know I'm gonna run that shit for the whole week. And I'm gonna talk shit to my niggas at work and go, nah, fam.
that's why
Listen to
they
this
just
shit.
asked me to freestyle at another joint, and I was like, yo, I
course they did.
gotta wait because it's like,
you gotta be in the moment.
Yeah.
yeah, it gotta just be.
You gotta be right.
I don't want it to get cheap.
Yeah.
Not saying that anything, but just to myself. Like I want to make sure I put out that grade A. So when I'm breaking down the last bars, if I break you down the last bars, I did at like bars on I-95. Like
That was crazy.
I could show you shit that you would have missed, even if you looking at it. Like I could break down the lyrics and so no, but right here you get it because I'm
Yeah.
there.
we gonna
You know
need
what
that.
I mean?
Yo,
Like,
honestly, I think that would be dope to get
Yeah,
like a breakdown on
breakdowns
your
and
bars
shit.
and shit. Cause you do shit that I'd be like, oh shit, I didn't even know you could put that in.
but
there.
yeah, high level rap, it's just some different shit. It's a fraternity.
I fuck
You know,
with it.
I fuck with it, man.
If I say you high level rap, it's like a badge of honor.
Let me ask you, do you feel like you write your best raps before or after you smoke? Because I come up with my best ideas after I smoke.
1,000.
Straight up. Straight up. That's just how I am.
Straight up.
I'm a night
good to
owl and
go.
I got insomnia, so I'll stay up till 3, 4 in the morning. Like back in the day, I used to stay up till 5 in the morning because that's when the raids were. But that's why my insomnia.
You got PTSD.
I really do. Yo, I put it on Twitter one day. I was like, yo, if you see me out somewhere,
Niggas is crazy.
if you see me out somewhere, don't stare at me because I got PTSD. So I'm going to think like we got some type of smoke.
Me too, even with fans. That's like 50 said. He said, if you love me, tell me you love me.
Facts.
Don't stare at me, man.
Don't stare at me.
Don't stare at
Because
me,
I'll
man.
probably walk up to you like, yo, my nigga, why you staring at me?
Oh,
Like,
I'm plotting on you right away.
I told a fan take his hand out of his pocket when he was approaching me before. And I
Facts.
felt
Got
so
to.
bad after.
Nah, you should.
But he wasn't even on that type of time.
don't
I was
matter.
like, take your hand out your pocket.
Hey, man, it's the ones you
And
don't
he's like,
see.
bro, I love Blanco.
nah, you don't
Like,
know.
Nah, yo, it's the ones you don't see.
But I don't really smoke in that capacity. Like I'm more so smoke when I'm drunk. I used to be a heavy smoker, and then I got on probation. I had a suspended sentence, and I'm like I couldn't smoke for 3 years type shit off the piss test. And when I came back, I was just getting more paranoid. So I ended up just being more of a smoker. Like I smoke when I'm drunk in the club, or I smoke if I just want to watch a movie at night type shit.
It's a cool out.
But like through my day to day, that should be stressing me out sometimes. But the Millyz mimosa is good. I could smoke the Millyz mimosa. Like
Is that a sativa or indica or a hybrid?
it's the shit that make you calm. I be forgetting them.
Indica.
That's indica.
Indica.
Yeah.
Put you in the couch.
That's a nighttime shit.
Blanco
Yeah.
Lotto, if
Yeah.
I smoke that, oh my God. Jump out the window.
Man, thank you, Millyz, for coming through, bro.
Facts, I appreciate
This
it,
has been
man.
Definitely
Fantastic,
appreciate
man.
you, man.
You want to let them know where they can find you like they don't know already? You know what I'm saying?
Millyz on everything.
High level rap, HLR.
Yeah, HLR.
Blanco Tress out now. Go get that on all DSPs.
Yes,
I'll let
sir.
y'all. We out. It's lit.
It's lit.